So let's just get right to it. We're going to demo. Sorry, I forgot to be more prepared. I just forgot to grab this stuff. I'm going to do a review on this. It's actually really helpful. I gotta clean this belt out before I go up on that roof. Probably save about 5 pounds worth of beat up nails and whatever junk. Okay, here we are. So I'm being really careful not to pry up against this corner because we want to keep this edge nice and sharp with no indentations. Okay, we got all trim off this. We have 2 windows, remember. Oh, where's my... Oh no. Yeah, that's not good. I don't have my vice grips, and my vice grips are probably the most important tool. Oh no. This is gonna be great. This is gonna be wonderful. don't get me wrong, I have like 5 pair of vice grips, probably more, because I have different styles of them as well. But I've had this pair of vice grips that I'm speaking of for over 15, 20 years. And, you know, of course, you would expect someone to be attached to a tool that they have earned their money the way they need to live for that long. This is not good, guys. This is not good. Yeah, they're not in there. Oh, no. Holy crap, how many? I just found 2. Well, that's where all the knives are going. Which one is the broken? All right, this is not cool. Come on. I need my vice grips, not someone else's. I've had these vice grips forever. No. I don't accept. Like, look, there's a pair of vice grips right there. But it's not mine. Well, it's mine, but it's not for my belt. And I need the ones for my belt. All right, we're going on a warpath. I just can't remember the last place I used them. I really can't. Last place I used them, I was obviously here. I'm worried like I kept them in my pouch, in my pouch pocket, and then took them home and then just kind of threw them wherever they landed at home. That's my worry. I don't see them just sitting on the top anywhere. And that is not a good thing. Damn it. Yeah. I've got to be in that basement. Beautiful property here, though. Look at all the animal tracks. It's crazy. All right, what in the world? No. Hi, Dorothy. Oh, please show up somewhere. It's a very specific. Man, this is not good, guys. This is not good at all. I'll ask Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell, are you on here? Tink, Are you on here? Mama Tinkerbell. Hun, Alyssa. No? Please show up. Yeah, the last place. All right. The last place I used them, I pulled a couple nails. We had them down here. Yeah, we had them down here. Because I yanked a couple nails out of a couple boards. I don't know why they would be in here, though. God damn it, I hope I didn't throw them things away. I would hate to have to buy new ones, because those are so useful. Stanley makes the best vice grip because it has that curled head on it that really gets a good vice. Really gets a good vice on the nail. Wow, that sucks. Bring them over here. They've got a little yellow piece of rubber on them. Boo! Yeah, that sucks. That's a big friggin' hit. It's a big hit. It's hard to even find that brand, that style of that vice grip anymore. Well, if they were thrown away, they'll be in that. Well, I've already thrown a bunch of trash away, so they were probably in that black tote. And I threw them away. Oh, doesn't that bother me? They were probably in that black tote with all the material. Well, I've got to go find a pair. This is why I don't like to separate my tools from my belt, because it is Murphy's Law. It is Murphy's Law. It's always going to happen. You're going to lose a tool. It's just that simple. If you start separating them and using them out of your belt all the time, you may as well, and it's better in your interest to just find tools, to buy tools separately that you would carry out in a carrying bag when you don't want to use your belt. That's really the best method. All right. Now I can't even find a pair of vice grips in here. What the hell? What are these? These are his. Well, they're mine, but they're in a belt that someone else used. Holy smokes. See, this doesn't have a big roll on it. The ones that I use, this thing here comes way out in a nice circle. So when you pry, you get way more leverage, and you're not denting up the wood that you're prying on. Now, usually that doesn't matter because you wouldn't pry against finish anyway, but still. It's better they're fucking A. Whatever. I'm not gonna go crazy because if I do that, I'll waste the whole day. I might as well just go back to work, and I'll either find them later or I won't. Oh shit! Oh, shit. Wow, guys, look. So there's the difference. You see that big circled edge? So when you pry, this is getting way more leverage. They don't really get to pull much until you're about here. But that starts about right here on this one. So you get way more pull and pry out of each yank. Oh, I'm so glad I found them. Thank you, Lord. All right, we also need to bring a drill in because we have to hang. Yeah, we have to hang a couple shelves for my client. My client did just leave, but she'll be back. Usually she'd tell me where she's going, but I'm talking to you guys. It's kind of weird. It's probably kind of hard on a client. And that's another reason why I just want to work on my own homes. Build my own homes. That way I'm not making people feel uncomfortable. I'm just doing my job, you know. Here we are. Cool. Let me take this. Take that wood down. Promise I'll be good to you. So I'm gonna pull with the grain and yank these nails right out of here. And I'm gonna pull away from where the casement will show, because you don't want indents where the people, you know, where your exposed finish is. Ooh. Save every nail, not to like use it later, but I don't want to have them thrown on the floor or something. Oh, that wasn't great. There we go. So good guy. Cool. That vice grip right back. Oh shit. We gotta trim this out too. You could do that. Okay, I'm just gonna make a mark so I know where I'm actually focusing on. It just helps you find a better. Man, this thing is smoked. was like caulking that had cured up inside of there. Feels like a trash bag, to be honest, like a shopping bag or something. Damn. Of course. So the point of this is so I know where the middle is, and I have a definitive center that I'm going to measure. It's a very specific spot that I'll dial into. $46.5. So we're going to get this measurement, then we'll go outside, we'll make the inside diameter of a casement squared out trim. We'll screw up, we'll tack all that together, then we'll bring the whole frame right in, put it right up and tack it on where we want it. By 45. 46.5 by 45. Yeah, and I left that piece of my notebook where I found my vice grips. There was a notebook. So it's 45, top and bottom, 46.5 high. Left and right. Now we can't just assume. Whoop, that was close. I almost just put that nail right through my friggin' foot. Okay. Yeah, we can't just assume. So we're going to, how's it going, everybody? How's everybody having, you guys having a good time? Cool. One second. Be right there. Okay. I just had to bring that over there real quick. So now I pull these. Great. So I would recommend pulling the nails on each board before you go prying more, because you could pry up into your hand would hit this other nail, and that would really hurt. Anyway, so you gotta pull these out. Okay, we have cleaned, so these all have to be, yeah, anyway, let's, why isn't that lifted a little bit? That's weird to me. It needs to go up some. Oh, man. Alright, let's get these pieces of trim up. Let's go down and bring these boards downstairs where she likes to have them. Okay. So we have this here. Turn this around a little bit. Here we go. Let me see because if it doesn't fit, I can just cut it to 0 on the inside edge. We're going to be covering that anyway, so that's what should have happened either way. Let me see if I got a, yep, I have an empty pouch. I love that the trim was put in with framing screws. Like these are 3-inch framers. Nice and sturdy. But you don't have to use framing screws for trim. Makes it a lot easier to pull out later though. Pause. Oh, I dropped the church's money. It's almost like when they put this in, they just didn't know what they were needing to do or something. I do not want to break these boards. We can't break them. Nice. Oops. Forgot to get the measurement. Idiot. That's alright. That's alright. Oh, wait. Look at that. It goes right up in there. So we don't gotta cut it. Well said. Okay. Problem is, we gotta make sure this one will go up. I'd probably just sand that edge because all of this is pretty good. Okay, I'll just sand it. I see what they did. Then they made this flush with it. But we're not going to do that. We need it flush with the sheeting, the wall sheeting. And we'll sand that down. So we moved it up quite a bit. That's good. Nice, nice. got to bring the Festool sander in, and let's get a measurement. Bang, 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 boom, bang, bang. Middle of the road, son. Middle of the road. Cool beans. So this should be 45. Yep. And 46 and a half for the long run. Yep. So we can just go out, make 2 square casements of 45 wide, 46 and a half. We'll bring the picture frames in and window frames in and tack them on. But before we do that, we also want to get quick measurements of the inside edges. So the 44. The 45 and 7/8. Yep. That one's even a little smaller. So we're going to write 2 at this, and then we're going to write 2 at 44 by 45 and 7/8. Cool. So the first one is a window casement, and the second one is a window jamb. Because if you can see this, it's all exposed, and we don't want that exposed. See all that? So we're going to trim it in. It will look nice. Twill, twill. It will look nice. I just realized we're gonna have to do it a little different. They just never trimmed it out. Whoever did the carpentry never trimmed it correctly. Well, let's worry about the casement first, because the inner jamb is just something that I saw that looks not right. It doesn't, it looks like it needs work. Where are we gonna make this jamb? Hello. How's it going? Oh, lovely. Lovely. I used to love chipping ice from my parents. Oh, I'd go out and chip like 6, 7 inches thick. You get them big chunks. It makes you feel good, like you're getting something done. Yeah. Yes. So we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. I never, uh-oh. I think they broke this one. Bunch of rookies. Nope, she works. Just wanted to make sure all that red, maroon, whatever chips was out of it. We're gonna bring this in and use this when we have our casements complete. See, a lot of this would already be set up, but I don't have a separate worker here. I gotta go grab the wood. I'll be right back. Move this. There we go. Hey, babe. Love you. Okay. Where in the hell did I put it? Oh. See, it's the same brand and style, so it just matches. That's good. Cool. So we're just gonna make a bunch of right angle, 45s. And once we're done with that, we will put it all together. Seems like this is a little cool. We got a trash bucket. I'll even put a table out. Cool. So, here we go. So you just want to be careful because this style wood has a pattern to it, right? And it's got to be cut at one specific angle. There is no other way to do it. The hard part about this is when you're doing the way I'm doing it, you got to go by short edge. And basically, you don't really have much control. If you don't have someone there holding it, it gets a little harder. Right there. And right now, we're just going to do all of our 45s. We're only going to get 4 pieces out of each one, regardless of what we do. So, let me just play around here for a second. Did I take into account? I didn't take into account. Uh-oh. See, that's what I was wondering. So we're only going to get 3 out of each one. That sucks. So as you can see, I'm leaving my angle here. You'll see why in a sec. I'll go get wood real quick. Okay, this is a 46. We're gonna need 2 46s at the bare minimum. I might have to go get another piece of wood, unfortunately. No, I'll have it. Hell yeah. Oops, sorry about that, everybody. I'll have it because I got an extra board. Thank cripey. Yeah, that won't even matter. Okay, so we have 3 of each. We need to go grab one more board and make one more of each. Remember, guys, like, share, comment, subscribe. How's everybody doing? Tell me where you're from. All right. Thank you so much for liking the chat. Yeah, that's awesome. Not a lot of people like all the time, so it's good to see that the content is on spot, you know. I need one more at 45, and then I can cut the other side of each one. But I did this so that they would all have the same angle. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, I'm literally going to, well, this is kind of crazy, but I'm going to do it. As long as I keep this square while I cut it, it will be fine. So that's all. Now they all have the same angle now. And this can be my story. And what I can do is literally make them, stencil them on, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. To make them all the same size. Just gotta hold it square while I make my cut. Beautiful. Boom. Boom. Bring that in. Like this. So we get the exact. Wow, those angles are perfect. What the hell, buddy? That ain't long enough. Oh, that's a 46.5. That got mixed up. Now, of course, my master plan is starting to make me feel silly because put them in the same pile. So that's two of those. This, that's a pure 46.5. Why are they all... That's what I get for playing around. Stupid is as stupid does. So I made a bunch of 46 and a halves. Alright, we ain't playing no more. Let's get her done. Now I'm doing it this way because I want the same exact angle. Beautiful. Double check. Yep. That's a 45. So now I lay this down. This is 45. I'm going to lay it directly on top so I get a perfect stencil. Okay, so this is my 45 stencil. I just have to keep it square to this fence and I'll be able to get a good square cut. I always pull my stalk away from the blade before I lift the blade back up because those teeth will grab your product and make it all gross. Okay, we're going to label this 45. Let's get into these smaller ones because I want to make sure that they're actually going to pull 46 and a half if they're going to be that big. Yeah, they'll both do it. Good enough. And then the other two long ones will be 45s. So let's just go ahead and stencil out our 45s. We'll get those done diggity. So that's labeled 45. Not degree, 45 inches on the short edge. Inside edge. Keep it square. See how I pulled my stalk back before I lifted the blade? It's a big one, you gotta remember. Okay. One more at 45. We'll label it right now. That way we know we have 45. 4 at 45. And they're all the same exact angle. That's just the best. So every cut in this whole, all 8 of these boards will have the same exact angle on each end, and they'll meet up perfectly. Okay. That's the last of the 45s. Beautiful. I need to shave a little bit off this. Lovely. Okay. So now we have 2 more at 46 and a half. We're gonna lock in, guys. Lock in. Get that stencil perfect. So 46 and a half. All the same exact angles because I haven't moved my compound miter saw. Keep it flush against, square against the fence. Hold it firm. Pull your board away before you lift your saw back up. Okay. One more to stencil and we're good to go. Okay. Beaut. Absolutely stunning. So we have 8 boards. We have 4 at 45, 4 at 46 and a half. That will allow us to build our frames correctly here. I would say the best place to do it would be on that deck. Yeah. So, for right now, I need to figure out we're going to be moving here. We're going to go to that porch. So I'll bring you there in a sec. All right, we just hung up shelves. Back to the house. Belle's asleep in the car seat. I'm contemplating taking a nap in the car with her. I'm so tired. Oh, man. So I just hung those shelves up inside her laundry room for her. I can put this stuff back. And what else? We got to build these casements. And then we're going to do some inner jams, which is going to be tough because the skylights are sitting wicked offset. It's going to be, we're going to cover it. We'll make it work. I'm going to have to bring the table saw out and everything. Tinkerbell, are you there? Tinkerbell, are you there? Tinkerbell, are you there? Guys, I have to deposit a check real quick into the bank, mobile deposit. So I'm going to end this live, and then we're going to start back up doing those casements over there. I got to get a little set up anyway. But I'll see you guys in a sec.